This is Daily Armenia, CivilNet's daily news digest. Here's what's making headlines in Armenia today. The Organization for Security and Cooperation in Europe formally disbanded the Minsk Group yesterday, closing more than 3 decades of mediation efforts over the Nagorno-Karabakh conflict. The decision, announced in a press release, followed the joint declaration signed in Washington on August the 8th by Armenian Prime Minister Nikol Pashinyan and Azerbaijani President Ilham Aliyev, witnessed by US President Donald Trump. I would like to extend my warmest congratulations to Armenia and Azerbaijan on the historic agreements towards peace and normalization of relations in their resolute decision to start their prompt implementation, OSCE Chairperson in Office Elina Valtonen said in a statement. I would also like to commend participating states for their collaborative spirit in achieving this consensus. The Ministerial Council decision was adopted unanimously by all 57 OSCE member states. Administrative functions, including the transfer of assets, will continue until the process is completed no later than December the 1st. Samvel Shahromanyan, the exiled president of the now-defunct Nagorno-Karabakh Republic, said today that Karabakh Armenians were against disbanding the Minsk Group. He added that they hope new mechanisms will eventually be created that could provide an opportunity to address their displacement and right of return. The Minsk Group was established in 1992 amid the First Nagorno-Karabakh War and was co-chaired by Russia, the United States and France. Its efforts gradually lost momentum during the 2010s and came to a complete halt after the 2020 war. Since then, Azerbaijani President Ilham Aliyev has pushed for its dissolution, arguing that the conflict had ended with an Azerbaijani victory and that any organization linked to it implies the outcome is not final. Aliyev had also made disbandment of the group one of his conditions for signing a normalization agreement with Armenia that, when or if signed, will end a war that lasted almost 4 decades. Prime Minister Pashinyan and Aliyev put their initials on the treaty at the White House last month, though the final signing is not expected before next summer. Aliyev continues to demand amendments to Armenia's constitution, which he believes still contains territorial claims on Karabakh. The Shanghai Cooperation Organization summit, which concluded yesterday in Tianjin, China, brought together Armenian Prime Minister Nikol Pashinyan, Azerbaijani President Ilham Aliyev, and delegations from both countries. According to reports, both Armenia and Azerbaijan expressed interest in joining the organization, though their bids reportedly faced opposition from member states. Insiders claimed that India vetoed Azerbaijan's application, while Belarus and Pakistan blocked Armenia's. When asked about the matter, Armenia's foreign ministry did not confirm or deny the reports. At this moment, we will not go into the details of the process, but I can say that on the issue of Armenia's accession, we see sufficient constructive approaches and mutual understanding. We will continue our work with interested SCO member states towards the further development of mutually beneficial cooperation with the organization, MFA spokesperson Ani Badalyan told state news agency Armen Press yesterday. The development came only a day after Armenia and Pakistan established diplomatic relations, following more than 3 decades of Islamabad's refusal to recognize Armenian statehood in solidarity with Baku. The decision was announced by the foreign ministers of both countries during the Tianjin summit, shortly after Armenia and Azerbaijan signed agreements toward normalization on August the 8th. Armenia's difficulties with Belarus also loomed over the summit. Relations between Yerevan and Minsk deteriorated sharply in May 2024, when Belarusian President Alexander Lukashenko publicly acknowledged that he had wished Azerbaijan victory in the Karabakh War. A month later, American outlet Politico published leaked documents showing that Belarus had provided Azerbaijan with military support, including modernizing artillery, supplying electronic warfare equipment, and counter-drone systems, all despite being a formal ally of Armenia within the Collective Security Treaty Organization. In response, Pashinyan announced that neither he nor any Armenian official would visit Belarus as long as Lukashenko remained in office. The Shanghai Cooperation Organization is a Eurasian political, economic and security bloc founded in 2001, bringing together China, Russia, India and several Central Asian states, as well as Belarus, that only joined last year. And finally, the CivilNet number of the day is 30,859. That's the number of children who started first grade in Armenia yesterday, according to the National Statistical Service. In total, 413,112 children attend schools across the country this academic year. Classes at Armenian universities also started yesterday, welcoming 10,970 new students. And as always, please follow CivilNet for the latest news and independent reporting from our contributors on the ground, here in Armenia.